Yo, what's happening, guys? I wanted to do another video about something tech related, something that I think you guys would be kind of interested in, some stuff that would be kind of cool to talk about. So in this video, I wanted to talk about iPhone 7 rumors and things that we could expect from the next iPhone that's coming from Apple. So to start things off, apparently on the next iPhone, this is the biggest rumor probably right now, apparently there's not going to be a headphone jack on the next iPhone. And I know that sounds really fucking crazy. Why would there not be a headphone jack on the iPhone? You're probably thinking, how the hell am I supposed to listen to my music? You're not alone. Everyone's thinking that. But what they would do to substitute it, allegedly, is they're going to get rid of the headphone jack and add a second set of speakers on the bottom of the phone. So it's going to be better audio straight from the phone. But instead of plugging your headphones into the headphone jack, Apple's going to start making it to where your headphones plug into the lightning adapter where you charge your phone. So that means that there's going to be one port at the bottom of the phone, and that's going to be for charging and for listening to music. So right away that kind of begs the question, how am I supposed to listen to music and charge my phone? So that'll be pretty interesting to see how that turns out. I honestly, I'll be very surprised. Another big reason why Apple would take the headphone jack out of the next iPhone would be to make the phone thinner, which automatically throws a whole bunch of red flags towards me, because we all know that when the 6 and 6 Plus first came out like a year and a half ago, they bent. It caused a huge uproar over the internet. They didn't bend that easy. It was all kind of really played up and everything, but they still bend. You could still bend them if you applied the right amount of pressure. So if Apple really wants to go thinner with this phone, which they don't even need to in the first place. The 6S and 6S Pluses are already thin enough, and those are actually thicker than the 6s, but they don't need to go any thinner. We need to find a perfect balance, like where we are now, and just stay there. They don't need to be any thinner. Pretty soon you're going to take your phone out to check a text message, and your phone's just going to fly away, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it. Next on the supposed rumors for the iPhone 7 is a flush camera on the back of the phone. This is a big thing for me and a big thing for a lot of people. I don't know if it will be for you. The fact that on the whole iPhone 6 line, the camera, the rear camera protruded from the phone, that ring, and how your iPhone doesn't really sit flush on the table, that bugs the hell out of me, and it makes me so mad. I just want to scratch that thing off. I hate the fact that the camera sticks out of the iPhone. It sucks. It was never like that. Apple was never known to do that on any of their other products, but as soon as the 6s came, all of a sudden they had protruding cameras, and that's not the way Apple does things. So it looked very tacky to me, and I didn't like the way that they did that. So apparently on the iPhone 7s, they're going to be getting rid of that, so it's just going to be flush. Also, apparently on the iPhone 7 Plus, because they will be coming out with a Plus as well as the normal 7, just like the 6 and 6 Plus, apparently on the 7 Plus, there's going to be a dual camera lens on the back. So not just one camera lens, but 2 camera lenses. Supposedly, I'm not really sure, for 3D picture and video. They made a smartphone like that a couple years back. It's kind of gimmicky. I didn't really know how I liked it. Yeah, apparently on the 7 Plus, there will be a dual lens camera on the back, which could benefit other things, but for the most part, I can't really think of what a huge benefit of that would be. Also, there's some little side rumors saying that not only will there be a 7 and 7 Plus, but there's going to be a 7 Plus Premium. That one will come with the dual lenses on the back, and the normal 7 Plus will just have one lens. I don't know. iPhone rumors can get pretty crazy, but let's keep going. Also, a big thing which a lot of people thought was going to be on the 6S and 6S Plus is wireless charging. And whenever I say wireless charging, people freak the fuck out, thinking that I mean like you could just have your phone in your pocket charging with nothing connected to it. What everybody means when they say the next iPhone could have wireless charging is charging through NFC, which is what Samsung and other Androids have actually had for a couple of years now, and a lot of other products had. What it basically means is that you could charge your phone without it having to be plugged into anything. On the Galaxy S6s and stuff, you could set it down on a little base and it would charge the phone. That's wireless charging through NFC. Other things have had that for many years as well. So this is not new technology, but it would be new to the iPhone. So apparently they're going to incorporate that in the 7 and 7 Plus. So maybe you'll start seeing Apple will make little iPhone bases so you can just walk in a room and set your phone down and it'll charge instead of having to plug it in and keep it. You'll still have to keep it somewhere, like you'll have to keep it wherever the base is, but you don't have to plug it in or find a cord or anything. You can just slap it down and it'll charge. So that could be kind of cool. Also, another big rumor that apparently Apple's been working on for a couple years now, ever since Touch ID became a thing on the iPhones. Apparently Apple has filed a patent to try and incorporate a fingerprint reader on the display of your iPhone. So I don't know if this would totally get rid of the Touch ID fingerprint reader. I don't think it would. I think it'll have its reasons for having both of them. But yeah, apparently Apple's working on having a Touch ID sensor on the display of your iPhone, meaning that you could just put your thumb on the display of your iPhone instead of just the home button, and it could read your fingerprint. So that could be kind of cool if that's true. Also, another rumor is that Apple's going to incorporate a USB Type-C connector into the phone, possibly getting rid of the Lightning cable, which I think eventually, if the USB Type-C proves to be the next big all-around cable for computers and smartphones and everything, I think that is the way that Apple should go. But I don't know about on this phone already, because Apple changed their adapters on the iPhone 5 from the 30-pin connector, remember that big wide one, to the Lightning connector, which was the small 8-pin one that's reversible. So to already change their charger again for the iPhone 7, I feel like would be a pain in the ass for a lot of people to try and get all new chargers and to go to a friend's house and they don't have that charger, the new charger that you need, or no one has the old charger anymore, or it would just be a pain in the ass. It's going to happen eventually, I feel, but I don't know if it should happen on this iPhone. Also, for a while now, iPhones have been rocking 1 GB of RAM, and for people that don't know what RAM is basically the speed at which your phone operates at. It does other things as well, but that's basically what it means. It means how quickly and how fast your phone can perform things. For the longest time, iPhones have been rocking with 1 GB of RAM. Rumor has it that on the next iPhone 7, Apple's going to bump that up from 1 GB of RAM to 3 GB of RAM, which, kind of like other things, Android phones have been rocking 3 or 4 GB of RAM a little while now. So this is not new to smartphones, it's new to Apple. Apple, as a tech company as a whole, has never really been about power, speed, just monstrosity. They've never been like that. Apple has been the beautiful side of technology, the easy, the fluid, the smooth side of technology. So for Apple to go from 1 GB to 3 GB is necessary. Don't get me wrong, they should have done this like a year ago, 2 years ago. It's not something that's been on Apple's for sure list. Also for the 7s, it looks like, and these will always be rumors, but apparently on the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, there's going to be waterproof and dustproof phones. I wouldn't go as far to say waterproof and dustproof. That's a really strong word, meaning that absolutely no water or dust. The Samsung Galaxy S7s just became available for pre-order, and those phones are water resistant, which is what I actually do think the iPhone 7 and 7 Pluses will be. I believe they will be water resistant, which means that if you spill something on your phone, or if you drop it in water for a quick sec and pull it out, your phone will be fine. It's resistant to water, but I mean, if you drop your phone in the bottom of a pool and it sits there for a solid 45 seconds, a minute, you're probably fucked. Also, for the longest time, when you get your iPhone, there's always been 3 models that you can get your iPhones in. And for the longest time, it was 16 GB, 32 GB, 64 GB. Now it changed to 16 GB, 64 GB, and 128 GB. Now it looks like on the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus, they're going to up the base gigabyte storage to 32. So the smallest amount of storage you could get would be 32 GB, and then 64 GB, and then 128 GB, which is awesome and about time. I currently have the 64 GB iPhone 6s Plus, and it's more than enough room. I didn't really need the 128 GB, but the 16 GB storage that they offer now is ridiculous and is never good enough for anyone, and I'm sure a lot of you know that. Also, just like every other iPhone, it seems like the iPhone 7 is going to arrive in September this year. They'll probably hold a press conference sometime in the beginning of September, and they'll announce everything along with a ton of other things that Apple's had up its sleeve. And then later in September is when the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus will become available. So yeah, guys, I know I was going pretty fast paced. I had a lot of stuff written down. I just wanted to talk to you guys about what the next iPhone could be, about some of the stuff that's happening, some of the stuff that could not be happening. I want to know what you guys think. Are you guys Android till you die? Are you Apple till you die? Do you not give a fuck? Will you be getting the iPhone 7? Will you not be getting the iPhone 7? Will you be getting the Plus? Or are you going to stick with the regular? I have the Plus. I don't regret it. You guys should try a Plus. But yeah, guys, that's just my coverage on the next iPhone. Leave a thumbs up if you like the content that I had. As always, guys, I'll see you in my next video.